my chances. Yeah, no loss. I've been trying to get across, lost inside all of my thoughts, yeah. Same dreams, same costs, and I wait till I exhaust every option, every one. But it's tragic, vicious cycle like an addict. I'm trying to gain what I'm lacking. I guess I'm used to me.
What's going on, guys? Rico Capital, and I'm here on a Sunday charting session for you guys. And I kind of wanted to show y'all how I chart things from scratch and kind of how I would play it from there. So I'm looking at my watch list right now, kind of just going through it and just first of all, just kind of seeing anything that pops out first for my interest, right? Kind of just going through, looking at Apple, Google. Google, that's a nice setup. First thing I look for, right, is are things holding in a demand? Are they near a zone where I can either short out of or buy calls, as a bounce? Are there gaps, right? So I'm looking, I see a nice gap here on Google inside of the supply there. I do like Google for upside always. I have kind of golden rules where Apple, I don't really short. Google, I don't really short. These are great companies, top of the list, where a lot of big players hold them and own them. They don't trade them. So it's very rare that you're going to see me short these companies just because at any moment they like to bounce and go higher. So upside on those only. Looking at kind of Meta here, nothing really. Amazon, has a little bit of a gap up here, kind of a little bit of rejection. As you can see, a lot of these stocks right now are kind of sold off heavy as the market completely kind of sold off here. We're down here big time on QQQ and SPY. So I see setups on those, but I'm looking for something individual, right? I'm looking for something SMCI here, nice little gap up here. I don't really like the contracts on these just because they're juiced to the brim. I mean, you have to go completely so far out just to get something, I would say decently cheap, and that's not, not a part of my plan. So I'm looking for things that are inside of my plan, right? Something that's close to the in the money strikes, something where it's liquid, something with a good setup here. And TSM right here, I like TSM. I like the options on it. They're pretty flowy, a little bit expensive right now, but that's not going to stop me to looking at this setup here. So I see we do have a fat gap right here, and we have a fat gap up here, which, as you can see, I already have alerts up there and kind of drew it out so where if it got up near there I could play it, but it created another one down here. So I like this. Let's go for this. Let's chart this out and see what we can do here. Especially if NVIDIA kind of stops the bleeding and chips kind of see a rebound, it would be pretty good to see how that goes. So right now I'm just going to chart kind of what I'm seeing here as far as levels, and I'm on the hourly right now. Just going to throw some levels down real quick. Doesn't have to be perfect, just trying to see if anything makes sense. And so far those kind of make sense for sure. Let me just first and foremost kind of draw this gap. I like to mark these gaps orange. I'm not gonna do the next one up right there because there's already a level right there, so I'll leave that there. Let's look at anything else in the 4 hour or on the hourly still. I like up here, I like this one right here. I'm just looking for accumulation of candles. You can see right here they're kind of touching, makes sense off there. I could do another one in between here. It's gonna get kind of tight, but about right there, right where you see these two pre-market hold, it wicks off it, and then something a little bit right there. So I like that. That's a good little setup right there. Let me kind of put something down here too. So it looks like we're kind of in a demand right now. I think we can easily, I already had this level down here, the 151 level, so I can easily change that to green. And it looks like we're kind of jumping, or dipped into a demand where we kind of held here. So now I'm gonna just draw this out as a demand and just kind of see, what can go from there. I know sellers up here. I'm not gonna do any supplies right now, but I'm looking for the upside, right? I'm looking for the downtrend break. I'm looking for something that will kind of show me, right? Breaks this yellow trend line, eat the gap, come right up. I know we're gonna, if we break this and move through 155, we're going to 157, possibly 161, and from there on. Now, once I do that, let me get on the 4 hour real quick. 4 hour, I need to see if this makes sense, right? Making sense on the big candles here, making sense up here, gap up here, making sense. These levels also making sense, accumulation through there. Let me get back on the hourly. Now let me kind of zoom out to see where price was previous at this level and kind of how it reacted. And as you can see, demand right there. We were back here in May, end of May. It held into that demand, kind of fake out there, but then gapped up the next day into that there. And this right here is our gap. So this is what we're aiming for. As you can see, huge buying through it up until up here. So these levels make sense. All these levels make sense so far. And I'm just kind of looking at that. So above our 155 is our gap. So all of this is our gap. And every time we've gotten to this, we see a rocket out of it, a hold here, right? We ended up losing it back to this demand. Kind of same here, demand working, boom, back down to it, boom. So that makes a lot of sense to me, right? Every time we got to it, we ripped up higher. Now we're back down to it. Is this possible that we do the same exact thing? Sometimes it's that easy, guys. Sometimes it's really that easy. So that's what we're aiming for here. I'm gonna set an alert above this 155. I know we'll break yellow downtrend, especially if we get an hourly candle open it, but all I'm looking for is a 15-minute, If we get that 15-minute open right here, we're gonna zoom straight into there. So that's the sweet spot. I'm looking for the sweet spot right here. This is the sweet spot right here for that rocket. Just boom, boom, boom. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Really good move right there. Easily a $2 move. Contracts will move pretty nicely. And yeah, like I said, that's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. A bounce out of it, reject right there. Probably this could either come back down to retest, then right back to this. This is where it would kind of go from there. So another scenario, but more importantly, it's the same game plan. I'm looking for just that right there to just break above and go. More importantly, right here, sweet spot, get into it, eat it up quick and move. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. If we get to the 155, I'm going to be looking for maybe the 160, decently priced, or down here at the 150, so a $5 move up. I can get the 160, or I can go 157. That might be a little expensive depending on when the move starts and kind of the premiums, but it's a guarantee. I'm willing to pay a little bit more to go closer in the money and a guaranteed move like this. So the contracts will absolutely run. So solid setup right there. Something hopefully you guys can learn a little bit more. I'll give you an update if I do play this. Usually when I chart something like this for you guys, I play it out and show y'all how it's done. So I'm going to be having this on my watch list going into Monday and this week, and show y'all how I do it once it does play out, kind of the aftermath of that. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever you want to do, go for it. Join the team. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter as well, Rico Capital. I'm giving out free plays. I'm giving out, advice, guidance, charts, whatever you need. Lotto Friday watch list is for free. So tap in with me. Let's make some money. Let's just do our thing. So I'll see you on the next video.